Hello, hello. Are you ready for today's episode? I sure am. This is going to be really good. Every episode, I feel like I'm saying this is going to be really good, but I am jazzed up about this one. So, I have a question for you. What would you love in life? What would make you feel happier? What would make you feel more fulfilled? Have you ever allowed yourself to dream? Think about this. As an adult, have you ever allowed yourself to dream about what you would really love in life? Possibly, possibly not. I can certainly tell you that this is not something that we typically allow ourselves to do. And that is what this episode is all about. I am going to be talking with you today all about dreaming, about visualization, about how incredible it can be, how it is instrumental in helping you to create a happier and more fulfilling life, a more joyful life. And I'm going to tell you exactly why and how. And we're going to do together a visualization activity towards the end. So you ready for this? Are you ready? I certainly am. Okay, so I love this topic. I love this topic because this is actually something, dreaming, allowing myself to dream, allowing myself to visualize, to actually do visualization activities. This is only something that I started doing in the last 2 years. When I started working with my previous coach, Hina Khan, who is absolutely incredible, I've mentioned her in many of my episodes so far, she really showed me how powerful it can be to really allow yourself and start to think about what it is that you want and to close your eyes and imagine it. Because this helped me gain momentum towards my goals. And that's exactly what I want for you. And so I'm going to share all my little tips with you. I'm going to be sharing some research on this. And this is going to be really great. Okay, so let's first talk a little bit about some research behind visualization, research behind dreaming. So let's talk about how visualization can help enhance your motivation. So the American Psychological Association reported that visualization can enhance motivation by creating a clear mental picture of desired outcomes. This can lead to increased determination and perseverance in pursuing your goals. So this research here is speaking to the fact that by using visualization, which I'm going to use the terms visualization and dreaming interchangeably here. I'm going to use them both. So one or the other might come out and you get the point. They're both the same thing. Okay. So they're saying here that it can actually help enhance your motivation because you're actually creating a mental picture of what it is that you want. Now let's look at some research around goal attainment and persistence and how visualization can help. So the Law of Attraction Center reported that visualizing your goals helps activate the reticular activating system, RAS, in the brain, which filters and prioritizes information. So this may lead to heightened awareness of opportunities that align with your visualized goals, increasing the chances of you achieving them. So this study here speaks to the fact that by visualizing, you're actually activating this reticular activating system, RASK. I did not go to school for sciences. I did not. When I got my certification as a personal trainer, side note, learning all of the anatomy was my nemesis. But follow along here. You're following along. Don't worry. So basically, visualizing activates something in your brain, which then helps you filter and prioritize information. So by thinking more about what it is that you want, about your goals, about your dreams, by visualizing it, you're actually bringing it to the forefront of your mind, which then through this study helps show that it is going to help increase your likelihood of achieving them because you're thinking about them more and you're prioritizing that information in your mind. Now, this one's really interesting. Final note here on another study, which speaks to stress reduction and resilience. So research published in the Journal of Psychology of Sport and Exercise showed that athletes who practiced mental imagery not only improved their performance, but also exhibited higher levels of psychological resilience and lower levels of stress. So why do you think this is? So athletes, this is like a really common thing that athletes use visualization. They use visualization to imagine themselves already winning, to imagine themselves standing on the podium with their gold medal, being celebrated by everyone around them. They imagine themselves persevering through the matches or whatever it is that they are, whatever sport they're playing, they imagine it happening exactly as they want. They have their best performance. They think about all of this. They live through the experience. They truly live it out from start to finish. And by doing so, that creates these images in the mind of them doing this. And that by this research here shows that it actually helps create psychological resilience to get through it because they've already lived through it so many times in their mind. Now, this isn't them visualizing it once. Visualization is not something you can just do once. It is something we need to continue to do. And we'll talk on that in a little bit. But it can help reduce stress. Very interesting. Okay, so this is all really interesting, don't you think? So, but here's the thing. It's not always so easy to like hear this and just believe it upon first hearing it. So maybe you're thinking right now, okay, Jane, so you're saying if I start to dream about what I want, then it's gonna happen. That's what you're saying, right? Now listen, that's part of it, okay? That's one part of it. Let's talk now a little bit about how your mind works, okay? Because it's important to understand how your mind works so that you can then understand how visualization fits in. So in previous episodes, maybe this is the first time you're listening, and that's great. Welcome. But if you may have heard some of this before, but the more you hear it, the more it's going to drive home, the better you're going to understand and be able to implement in your life. So what we know about the mind is when you start with a positive thought. Now, to have a positive thought, you must visualize something positive. So in order to think positively, you need to visualize something positive, something that you want. When you visualize something positive or visualize what you want, well, what does that do? You start to feel good. You start to feel like, yeah, oh yeah, okay, I'm visualizing here right now. For example, if I'm visualizing myself here in my beach villa, waking up in the morning with the ocean breeze coming in to my room, hearing the sound of the waves, oh my God, I feel so peaceful. I feel so amazing. I feel so zen. So it feels good. So you start with a positive thought that leads to a positive, good feeling. And this gets you into the feeling of having, this is key, of having what you really want right now. And what does this do? If you start to get into the feeling of already having it, it increases the chances that you are going to take action towards what you want. Okay, that was a lot. So again, you start with a positive thought. This is how the mind works. Now, this can work against you as well, but let's focus on this positive thought. Let's drive this home. You focus on a positive thought. So you visualize what it is that you want. How does that make you feel? Well, whatever feelings come out, that may make you feel empowered, that may make you feel confident, that may make you feel happy, fulfilled, abundant. So when you're feeling happy, fulfilled, abundant, like any other feelings, empowered that could come up for you, then you're then going to start thinking, okay, what is I'm going to take action. Like in your mind, when you're feeling this way, things are going to come into your mind that are based off of those feelings that you have. So you're going to actually start taking action towards your goal. Now, what is this called? This is called inspired action. Okay, this is a term I learned. I love it. It's called inspired action. And it's truly inspired by what you're visualizing, by what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Because when you allow this, okay, so you need to let your mind help you. You need to let your mind help you get to a place where you can visualize and see what it is you want before you even have it. This is what's key. This is why visualization is so powerful, because here's the thing. I can tell you right now that whatever it is that you want in life and whatever your dream is, it's highly likely that you don't have it right now. It wouldn't be a dream. If you already had it, it wouldn't be a dream. So chances are what you're seeing around you right now is possibly not at all what you want. It could be the opposite of what you want, and that's okay. But what happens is when you don't dream, when you don't visualize, all you do is focus on those things around you that you don't want. Okay? So what do you think that's going to do? If you're living in a situation surrounded by things that you don't want, well, that's going to create thoughts of things you're living in a state that you don't want. You're not happy. And when you're not happy, when you're unmotivated, you're going to start taking action that is tied to feeling unhappy and unmotivated. So you're probably putting off working towards your goals, putting off working towards your dreams because one, you're just feeling like crap, right? You're not feeling good. So why would you? You can start to see now the pattern on how the mind works here. So it's so, so, so important to start thinking about what you want, visualizing, dreaming about what you want. Seriously. Because when you allow yourself to do this, truly, when you allow yourself to dream, when you allow yourself to visualize, this gets you thinking from your future self. Okay, so your future self, what does that mean? Future self, that means you with your goal. So you've got your goal. How freaking cool is that? Your future self, you have your goal, whatever it is you dream about, whatever it is. In my case, waking up on a beach villa with the ocean breeze coming in. That's my future self. My future self wakes up on the beach in a beautiful villa, running my business from there. So the more you visualize this, the more you get into the feeling of your future self, the more it'll open your eyes to the possible ways of attaining that dream. Okay, that was a lot. That was a lot. So here's the thing. If you are imagining yourself as your future self, right? With your goal, you've got your goal, it feels amazing. Well, you're not going to have the same stresses that you would have right now, right? You're not going to have the same problems that you have right now because you're living in a dream. I mean, you have your dream. You're not living in a dream. You have your dream. So you don't have the same stresses that you would have. So you, by acting as your future self, by thinking as your future self, are going to start getting closer to your goal, to your dream life, to whatever it is that you truly desire and are visualizing. Okay. This is a lot to digest, but here's what I want to do. I want to share an example, a real life example that happened for me in the last few months. Okay. This is true. This is 100% true. I'm not making this up. Okay. So I had an idea. I had an idea that I wanted to start more public speaking. I was seeing people doing it. I was already offering workshops for organizations. So technically, I was already doing public speaking. I show up on my social media every day. I won a speaking competition back in university, literally. So I wanted to start like maybe public speaking. So I had a thought. I wanted to start public speaking. I journal every day. So every day I take a little bit of time and I write out my goal and I write out some I am statements as if I already have those things. So, I am in this case, because I decided, I was like, okay, this would be cool. I'd love to start public speaking. I'd love to get flown around the world to speak. So I started to write down in my journal that I am speaking on global stages. So again, I'm thinking from the place of my goal, right? I'm visualizing what it is that I want. So a dream that I have was and is to be speaking on global stages. So I started to journal that. I'd write it out that I'm speaking on global stages and that speaking opportunities are coming to me with ease, et cetera, et cetera. Now, then, as I was writing this out, so I had never looked up speaking engagements. I had never done any of that. But since the thought came into my mind that it would be amazing if I started public speaking, and then I started to write it out. So I was like, okay, let me just add this into my journal that I am speaking on global stages. I was like, well, if I were to speak on global stages, how would I do that? So I Googled how to find speaking gigs, how to find speaking opportunities. So what was that? That was an inspired action. So because I was visualizing and writing down repeatedly every day that I'm speaking on global stages, one day I just was like, okay, wait a second. If I actually want to do this, how am I going to do this? Well, I Googled literally how to find speaking opportunities. And then I found some online and I applied. Again, inspired action. I then continued every day to write that I was speaking in front of large audiences on global stages, that I was a sought after speaker and coach, and that opportunities were always coming to me. No joke. Within maybe from the first time I wrote this out, this is like a 3-week span. So I got an email. I was chosen to be interviewed to be a part of a women's summit. And I was like, whoa, oh my God, like okay, cool, great. So I did the interview and I was chosen to be a speaker at this global summit. It's a virtual summit. It's broadcast to over 13 countries globally. The speakers are chosen from all over the world. I think I'm one of 2 Canadian speakers, or maybe I think I'm one of 2 Canadian speakers. It's called Women Thrive Summit. And it's all about uplifting and empowering women and helping share your voice. So, hey, if that doesn't demonstrate the power of the mind, plus taking inspired action, I don't know what does. I literally do not know what does. So I hope this example helped show you how, by thinking about what you want, visualizing it, possibly writing it down, this is truly the first step. The first step, because if you don't dream about it, you're not going to be able to claim it. If you can't dream about what you want, then you don't know what you want. So first step, allowing yourself to dream, allowing yourself to dream. And because I'm all about applying what you're learning here, we are going to do something together right now. Okay? So we're going to do something together. Find yourself a comfortable space or position. If you are right now walking outside, you can still do this. You can still listen to this. Keep your eyes open. If you're driving, keep your eyes open, but you can always come back to this as well. So if you're on the move right now, you can listen in and you can hear what this activity is all about, but you can absolutely come back and do this again. And you do this over and over. Listen to this on repeat because this can be a game changer. Okay, so get into a comfortable position. Get into a comfortable position. All right. I want you to take a couple deep breaths in. So inhale, exhale. So in through the nose, inhale, exhale. Close your eyes, start to calm your body. I want you now to imagine that you are walking towards a door. Okay, you're walking towards the door. This is an elevator door. And you are going to step inside that elevator. You get in front of it, the door is open, you're going to step inside. Now, keep your eyes closed, keep breathing calmly. We are going to go down. I'm going to count down from 10. And when those doors open, you are opening yourself to your dream, to what you really want. So you're inside the elevator. We're counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doors open. Look around. Look around. What do you see? Take steps forward. You're in your dream. You are visualizing what it is you really want. Anything. Don't hold back. Allow your mind to run fully free. Look around. Embrace it. Breathe in. How do you feel? How does being in your dream, having your dream, seeing it right in front of you, how does that feel? Allow yourself to smile if that feels good. Keep breathing smooth breaths. You can even give yourself a bit of a hug. Wrap your arms around yourself. You have it. You are in your dream. What a beautiful thing this is. How are you feeling? Channel that. What are you seeing? It's all yours. It's yours right now. Breathe. Beautiful. Now, we're going to walk back towards the elevator. Take a few steps back. You're going to step inside that elevator. And we're going to count to 10. The doors close. Stay in that feeling of your dream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Doors open. Now open your eyes. Step outside that elevator. Your eyes are open. Breathe. Let's do a little reflection here. How does your body feel? What was it like for you to think about what you really wanted? Do you think that maybe your mind held you back a little bit? Do you think that you were trying to think, oh, I can't do that. That's too much. I can't have that. That's okay. every single time you do this activity, it's going to help you further and further get into the feelings of what you want. Now, here's what I want you to do. Think about what you visualized there. Think about how it made you feel. What is one tiny step, one tiny action you can take today that is going to help you get into the feeling of what you just felt when you had your dream? Because here's what we know. When you feel great, you're going to take great actions. So think about how you're feeling and what is something you can do today to get you into that feeling. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do. So as you can see, as you heard today, dreaming is a powerful thing. Visualizing is a powerful thing. Now, I don't want you to get discouraged. Maybe you closed your eyes. Maybe you went down that elevator ride, and when the doors open, you saw nothing. Maybe you were seeing a blank, a complete blank. Visualization, now, it can be in different ways. So just because if you saw a blank, don't stress, okay? Don't stress. What might work for you is writing out your dream. So whatever it is you want, write it down on paper. This is something that helped me when I started out because I was struggling to really let my mind run free, and I was putting a lot of limitations on myself. So here, in this case, instead, what you can do, and why I love journaling so much, is write out what your dream is, okay? Write it out. Then read it and imagine it. That's another great way for you to apply this. Okay, so what are you going to do now? Dream it. Claim it. This is going to help you truly reclaim the happiness and the fulfilling life that you want. Okay, so do this activity, do this over and over, write out your dreams, write out what you want. This is going to be an absolute game changer. And I cannot wait to hear how this helped you.